Good morning, party people. Ooh. Just give me 1 second. Gotta make sure the stream is actually streaming. Awesome. So we got our audio, we got our video. Let's get into it. Monday morning, market opens all day, right? But our stock market is going to be opening in about 10 minutes. So let's see what ideas we've got. Let's see what plays we need to get into today. Remember, we're already up basically half of that target profit for our trading challenge. Market opened, should be 6 yesterday, right? Yeah. So market opened here at 6. Looked like we had a pretty quick drop and then pull back. So here's our high of day as of Sunday, right? But our high of day for today will be right here. So let's make sure we mark this up. All right, so that's our high of day for this morning so far. Then you've obviously got our high of day for yesterday's, technically yesterday, right? And then from Friday. And was that the high of the week? Most definitely not the high of the week. I believe that's the high of the week, but we're not up there yet, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So there's our high of the day. Here's our low of the day as of right now. Let's get our trading ideas in. Let's double check the news, see what we've got going on. And let's just try and have a positive trading session, positive morning. Awesome. All right, so definitely have buy idea here at this price. It does look like we have some news at 9:45, Chicago PMI. Let's look into that. So our Chicago PMI level of a diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers in the Chicago area. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Released monthly on the last business day of the current month. Data is given to MNI subscribers 3 minutes before the public release time listed on the calendar early market reaction is usually a result of trades made by these subscribers. Above 50 indicates expansion, below indicates contraction. It's a leading indicator of economic health. Business reacts quickly to market conditions, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight into the company's view of the economy. Survey of around 200 purchasing managers in Chicago, which asks respondents to rate the relative level of business conditions, including employment, production, new orders, prices, supplier deliveries, and inventories. Chicago Business Barometer. Cool. So, it looks like the last 3 times this news came out, we were higher than the forecast. So, if we're higher this time, that means that price is going to open up, right? So we're going to be looking for buys at that possibility. So I think we're going to put our buy stop here. We're going to keep a tight stop for the most part, probably 10 to 15 points. So if our buy hits, then I want us to go. Probably that's about 19 points, so just a little higher than this gray candle, than this doji candle, right? And then we'll go ahead and we'll play it from there. But on the up end, we're either going, we got this level that we could hit, which looks like it's just a 10 point push up. Is that really 10 points? Or am I on drugs? Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, interesting. So that's about 10 points. We obviously don't have that volatility yet because the market hasn't opened, right? So everything is kind of small. All of these moves are, I mean, they're big. Obviously, this is about, what is this? What? This is 100 points right here. So we're within 100-point range right now. Yeah, just about 100, a little less. 75. Yeah, 75-ish, 80. But once the market goes ahead and opens here in about 5 minutes, and then we've got that Chicago news coming in hot at 9:45, right? Oh, Mr. Fed Chair Powell speaks at 1:55, and we will not be in the markets anywhere near that time. But we can go ahead and we can look at that tomorrow when we get on the charts. I'll go ahead and mark that. We can take a look at that so you guys know why. Cool. All right. And then for our sell idea, I mean, obviously this kind of seems like the most logical place to put it. My only concern, not only, but I've got a lot of concerns, but my main idea, pushing up higher, right? Because it almost seems like we've been consolidating in this area, but our price action from this month has been pushing significantly higher, right? So I think we're going to try and recoup some of those gains today. At least that's what's in my head. Obviously, the market is going to do whatever it wants to do. But if we can go ahead and break that level that I mentioned, which was 10 points, right? Work our way up here. Break to zoom back in. Hold up. Yeah, so right here was 10 points. So if we could break that, that's going to get us 10 points, right? Then here's our 20. And then if we can get up here, that's kind of what I'm looking for today, is to just hit that. I'll go ahead and I'll be trailing that stop pretty closely, because we don't want to risk too much of our capital, and we want to make sure that we're taking it out before we catch a top, right? Before we catch a big turnaround. Something like this, when we're in a trade, we get in here and we get in that break and we think it's gonna keep flying, and then all of a sudden we're dipping and now we're in big drawdown. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to get stuck in any unnecessary drawdown. Looks like price is climbing back up, and it looks like we've got a minute and a half until market opens. Try not to get too excited. Remember, stay in the game. We need to be focused. We need to be locked in. We need to be ready for whatever's going to happen, right? We've already shown some resistance here at this price level. With that turnaround of price, doesn't mean that it's impossible, right, to come lower, because obviously 9:30 market's going to open. These buyers or sellers are going to come in literally in a minute, and we're going to see what price wants to do. So do we put a sell here as well, or do we put it lower? Let's do it. Here we go. We are in it to win it. Woo!
Stop filled.
Oh, I see. I'm only in for a single sell. Okay, that's okay. I'm fine with that. You can see prices being pretty indecisive right now.
Stop filled.
Boom. That's our first level. Let price do what it wants to do, right? Okay, let's just be careful with that trailing stop because it looks like we caught momentum. I don't want to be too eager on pushing this, right? Come on, buyers. Come on. If we get hit, we get hit. Hands up. Hands up. I'm along for the ride. All right, God's got a plan. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hands up. That was the longest minute ever, dude. Oh my gosh. That was the longest minute ever. So it looks like obviously our buyers, right, are a little scared. But that's okay. We're still here with you buyers. Total P&L. I love how I have this hand up, but obviously like I'm doing the mouse with the right, so it doesn't really matter. If we get hit, we get hit. If we get hit, we get hit. But the buyers are still here. The buyers are still here. Brother, we were right there, brother. The buyers are still here. Literally, whatever happens, thank God, because crazy trade as is. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't come into today expecting to pass the challenge, but hey, if that's what's in the plan, if that's what's in the big man's plan. The crazy thing is it's right there. That's the plan. The plan's right there. That's where the trading plan is. Right. So what is God's plan for us? God's plan for us is to pass a challenge today.
Stop field.
God's plan for us is to pass a challenge today. Oh.
Order filled.
I don't know what that last little position was, but that did nothing to what we just did, and it also went up another. It looks like one position. I might have done my math wrong somewhere on our contract sizing. I must have had one contract on. But it looks like that did absolutely nothing. We went up another 10 points after projected, right? Now I was a little tight with that last stop loss. I'll be honest. First off, thank God. Like I don't know how to explain that. I'm just wow. I'm baffled. We just did an 11K trade on. We give me him. I need. We're gonna get lunch. This is crazy. Wow. So yeah. Wow. Thank God. Now obviously I need to make sure that we're good, and we are. We should be. It says right here that my profit goal is 20K, and ladies and gentlemen, we hit that number. We hit that number. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so yeah, just thank God. So yeah, let's go over the trade. Let's go over the trade a little bit. I think my trading management was well. All right. We stuck to it. This was out of all of the trades last week and then coming into this week, I held it until practically it's a little under, but it's right there, right? Because we were kind of trading the P&L, right? Because obviously I was close to the 10, and that's what we were looking for. So I was making sure that it was going to be at the 10 when I had done the math in my head. I was like, all right, that's going to hit a little over, it's going to be right there at the bare minimum. So I had it. I went ahead and I trailed the stop there just in case it had hit the price, right? And then it had shot up just like it did. But obviously, maybe I could have been a little more structural with my trailing stop. I could have put it here instead of that's basically where I put it. I mean, it's like a point less, a little more than a point less, a point and a half. So if we want to get real stingy, like I could have put it there, just to give myself a little more room in case it wanted to hit, and then push higher. But obviously, I do the trailing stop method. I could have just put my sell order there, so that when it had hit, then it had taken me out immediately, and I don't have to worry about price going down or it going up higher, right? But I was looking for a little burst just in case we weren't going to hit the 10, but we ended up hitting the 10, which is phenomenal. That was I held that trade until my plan hit. So the trade management was great compared to the other trades of the week. I was being a little more risk adverse. I was being a little too cautious, I think. And we had some really big swings, way bigger than this trade right here, really big swings that I didn't capture. Like I didn't capture 10% of, right? If even that, right? So I'm very proud of doing that and just holding it. You know, we left it up to God there, and whatever happened. But wow, I'm just baffled. This is crazy. So we're gonna have to see. I mean, this is the first time I pass one of this prop firm's trading challenges. So it's a bit exciting, and I mean, I don't know how this process moves forward from here on, with them specifically. So I'm gonna have to see when they go ahead and the market closes. They'll send me an email and they'll evaluate everything like that, and then we'll probably get everything set up. And then based on that, just that, like I'm about 75 to 80% sure that means that we are now funded 300 G's for trading, which is, I could cry right now. Like, this is, you know how long I've been doing this, bro. And we're not like, it's just, this is a step. This is a step on the road. Wow. Anyway, back to trading management. That's my bad. I'm just, wow. And the trade was a good trade too. Like, obviously, I'm excited because I went ahead and I passed, but this is a phenomenal trade. That was what, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, 11 G's, 11 grand, 11,000 and a half. Wow. Even here too, like if I was still in the trade, we would have still been up 8, 9-ish right here. So yeah. Anyway, back to the trading management. I could have been a little more structural with my trailing stop, but like I said, I was kind of trading the P&L because I wanted us to hit that level, right? In this area, I almost got hit, right? And I was trying to be less cautious and trying to keep my stop down here. Oh, did I actually get hit? By 7. At 89. What does that mean? My thing is, how do I have a sell going on while... All right, I'm confused with the number thing. Never mind. Scratch that. But I was trying to be cautious, right, with my stop over here, and I almost got hit a couple times. And I would have gotten hit had I put it where I wanted to put it, which would have been like right here when price was here, right? But I was like, no, let's put it here. Let me basically do the opposite, and not play it safe, right? Let me go ahead and make sure, let me not make sure, but let me go ahead and do the opposite of playing it safe, and let price do what it has to do, right? Because I can't force price to go higher. That's not how it works. All of the other traders, they're going to decide where price goes. I'm just a little itty bitty, like, trade of pixie dust in the market, right? My 10 G's is a little pixie dust. In the market. So all the other traders, all the institutions, all the banks, all the billionaires, and multi millionaires, like hundreds and tens of millions. Those people decide where the market goes, right? With their millions of dollars, and billions, and is trillions? I think trillions is too much. I don't know if people are trading trillions, but definitely billions. They decide where the market goes. Yeah, we literally read that news event that there's people that are subscribed and they go ahead and they're business buyers and this and that. Those are the people that decide where the market goes. So I went ahead and I said, hey, market's going to do what market's going to do. God's going to do what God's going to do. And we're going to see what happens with that price. And yeah, so I was being I was learning and I was going ahead and saying, all right, well, we're already in profit and we're shooting for this. I said I was going for that 47, that 48, right? For that price point. And that's the plan. So I need to be careful with my trailing stop so that I don't get hit too early and then it shoots up there and we don't follow what our plan had stated. I still think it'll come up here too, which is crazy. But yeah, so pretty good trade. I mean, the management was on point, because we went ahead and we got in on one sell, right? And then I had seen it. I don't know what happened. I had seen it late. I thought we were in the wholesale, and then I looked here, and then I had looked up here, and I was like, wait, we're definitely not in all of them. So it's just the one. So I went ahead and I probably should have put that sell where it should have been, which it should have been here at this price, because that's where this wick is. So it should have been at this price and not where I'd put it. But I was like, maybe I can get in a little early. And I was definitely not the only person that said that because of what was going on with these two candles at that time, right? So everybody's like, oh, let me get in a little early, right? But no, should have been here to keep my position safe. I wouldn't have even gotten in that one, but you saw me move it. You saw me move it down here eventually while I was watching it, and I was like, all right, I'm not getting in more because obviously we're having that resistance. I could have exited this early, but I was already in it, and I knew I had my buys up here, and honestly, it was kind of dumb. Like I just wasted $360 basically. So it was kind of dumb to stay in that. I could have just exited that, but then I didn't want to mess with the positions that I already had because I usually just hit exit market all. So I would have had to have come in here, make a new one, and then put it there to go ahead and create a new buy order to get out of that trade. So I probably could have saved a couple $100 had I done that. But I was like, whatever. We'll just let it go. So yeah, so we just let that hit. And then obviously I was aiming much higher than just the 360. So I'm going to be honest, that's probably crazy activity. Normal me would be like, what, $360? But yeah, I was like, nah, we're good. My trade will cover that. That was a price to pay for making a mistake, right? I should have put myself in the right place instead of trying to basically call the market. I was like, oh, if I get it here, I can get it early, and then we'll break this, and then we'll break this, and then we'll break this, which is a possibility. It's not wrong, but guess what? That's not my plan. My plan is for the low. So I should have put it here because that's me being risk adverse. That's me being strategically aware, right, of this occurring to people that think they can call the market. So, yeah, but that's fine. Price to pay for making a stupid mistake. $360 is apparently that price tag. It's really not. So just try it. Don't. I advise not to make that mistake. Basically, though, this is not financial advice ever not. This is forever and ever not financial advice. I'm going to put that in my bio. But yeah, I mean, that's just wild. I mean, you guys saw that trading management. I don't know how else to describe it. You could see too the 945 news that we were kind of banking on didn't even do anything. So no stresses there, no worries there. But yeah, this is just bonkers. This is an absolutely. It was a great trade. The other thing I wanted to mention, which I was thinking about and I was brainstorming, I'm in my head. So like even though I'm talking, I'm thinking the whole time. Which probably isn't a great thing. But at one point I had went ahead and I thought about it and I was like, huh. So literally the same exact trade. I mean, obviously the trades from last week, if you go ahead and you watch those, or you watched those, basically you already know if we had more contracts, obviously you make more money, this and that. Had I stayed in those trades longer, I would have made more money, but I was trailing my stop too hard, which we went ahead and fixed that. But what I was thinking was like, oh, even if I just had 20 contracts on this trade, this would have hit the 20K like that, because I mean that's just simple math, right? The trade we took was 11 G's, right? Basically 10 for easy math, and then we have 12 contracts. So if I had 24 contracts and we took the same trade, then you're looking at over 20 G's. You're looking at 23 grand, which would have passed this challenge as well. So it's just cool to kind of see how you can go ahead and you can mess with, how much money you make. You can mess with the contract sizing. You could hit the minis, you could hit the micros, and you could kind of change all that math up and change your strategy for the points and how high you want to go or how much of a mover you're looking to do, right? And all that to kind of fondle and see like, hey, like this is what I can actually do with that price. But yeah, throughout the day, I think I'm gonna call it. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm gonna call it here at 10. It's not really like we got more news. I'm definitely not. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm definitely not taking any more trades today. I mean we're good. I need them to go ahead and check the eval and go ahead and sign me off as Alex the funded trader, Rafa the funded trader, and then this is literally just a stepping stone on the journey that I think I'm destined for. I mean, obviously it's in God's hands, but it's just, I don't know. Like if he's shown me, dude, I'm getting emotional. If he's shown me just like a glimpse of what he's got planned for me in my head, then I just don't. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be phenomenal. Yeah, that's all I can say. But on that note, like I said, just this is a stepping stone. This is a stepping stone. It's a big stepping stone. It's a very joyful. It's a very relieving kind of stepping stone. But it is indeed a stepping stone, and big things are about to come. I can just feel it. I can feel it. Cool. All right. Well, we're not gonna sit here and just look at candles for 4 more minutes with no words. But I mean, hey, that's about what I've got for you guys today. Obviously, go ahead and if you want to keep watching, and hopefully you guys can learn some tips or some tricks from me. Like I said, it's not really like I'm giving advice. I just kind of want to show you guys what I'm doing and to show you that this type of stuff is possible, right? Like you can go ahead and you can. Everyone goes ahead and they try to make it seem like, you're gambling or that trading is like trading is all right. Let me say this: trading is super hard. It's very simple and very easy to learn, and then to actually go ahead and master your strategy. It's not even really your strategy; it's your psychology. It's understanding yourself, and it took me, 2 years, a year and a half to figure me out and to figure out how I could actually trade. And I'll be honest, I still make those mistakes. I mean, you guys saw it last week. You guys could see, like throughout all my videos, I went on a big break, from posting stuff just because I was like, I don't have control over myself while I'm doing this. And sometimes I still think like even this trade, I was like, oh, and you're juggling your feelings, you're juggling your emotions in your head while you're doing this stuff. So you just gotta get really in tune with yourself, and really in tune with how you operate and how you can function in this environment. Um, and there's really nothing that can prepare you for that besides, I mean, there's probably a few things, but we don't have to get into that. But it's not really like a shortcut. There's no shortcut. You actually have to do it, right? And you have to go through experiencing it and experiencing those super highs and those super lows and just everything. I understand that now, and I understand what my mentors were saying about that. But I mean, hey, it's not wrong. You really just have to experience it, and you really just have to tune yourself correctly to be able to do this and to be able to, operate and make sure that you're working from a standpoint where you're not gambling and you're actually taking strategic plays and smart plays, intelligent moves, and consistently make money doing it. um, my struggle now is the consistency part. But you learn every day, you get better every day, and I mean that's all you can ask for, really. It's just to experience it and then to go ahead and actually do it. But yeah, that's my little motivational rant. I'll finish my TED talk now. Okay, I know I like to ramble, but yeah, I mean, hey, it's possible, guys. Yeah, like you could do this too. It's not rocket science. It's finance, but it's not rocket science. And even that, I mean, if you wanted to do rocket science, screw it. I mean, you can do rocket science too. That's that's not rocket science. um, but yeah, like I said, like even if I give you a nugget on how my psychology works or how you could go ahead and see certain things and possibly come up with a couple ideas for yourself, right? I understand the word influencer now. It's not that I want to be like an influencer, like super big, this and that. Like this is what makes me passionate and a few other things. But if I can influence you in the right direction, or if I can just guide you and help you in the right direction, um, not really, I'm not catering it specifically to your situation, but if you listen to me and then you're able to get a different perspective on it and that possibly aid you in some sort of way, then that's kind of what I'm looking for. I mean, hey, that's that. If I can do that, then we're good. Then we're good. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna celebrate. I've got a couple other things I've got to do today. Today's my day off of work, so definitely gonna enjoy it. But yeah, I got a couple work things that I need to get done today. So I'm gonna do that. Not work, but other stuff. Other stuff we'll talk about it later. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate, and I'm gonna get that stuff done, and then we're just gonna have a baller day. Today's a baller day. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a good day, and then we'll see how all this plays out. All right, peace.